Today, we pause to honour the lives and legacies of extraordinary individuals we've recently lost, remembering the impact they left on the world and the inspiration they continue to provide. We'll also share updates on WWE stars who are facing challenges, moments that have brought out an outpouring of love, support, and prayers from fans everywhere. Their journeys remind us of courage, resilience, and the human spirit. Join us, subscribe, and become part of a community that cherishes these stories, keeps their memories alive, and celebrates the strength and passion of those who inspire us. Darren Drozdov, better known to fans as Droz, was born on April 7, 1969 in Mays Landing, New Jersey. He was a talented athlete whose life took him from the football field to the wrestling ring, and ultimately into the hearts of fans as an inspiring figure who faced unimaginable adversity with courage and positivity. Before stepping into the world of professional wrestling, Droz had already carved out an impressive sports career. He played college football at the University of Maryland, where his strength and skill as a defensive lineman stood out. His talent earned him a place in the NFL, where he suited up for teams including the Denver Broncos, New York Jets, and Philadelphia Eagles. Alongside his athletic prowess, Droz gained a unique bit of notoriety for a rather unusual talent. He could vomit on command. This quirky skill earned him the nickname Puke, and even caught the attention of WWE, later featuring in the documentary Beyond the Mat. In 1998, Droz transitioned to professional wrestling, joining WWE and quickly finding his place in the Attitude Era. Initially aligned with the legendary Legion of Doom alongside Hawk and Animal, his character, aptly called Puke, was instantly memorable, adorned with tattoos, piercings, and a mohawk, reflecting the rebellious edge of the era. Fans and peers saw potential in Droz as he began gaining momentum in the ring. Tragically, that momentum came to a halt on October 5, 1999, during a SmackDown taping. A miscalculated move against D'Lo Brown left Droz with a severe neck injury, paralysing him from the neck down. The injury ended his wrestling career in an instant and changed the course of his life forever. Yet, even in the face of this life-altering challenge, Droz's spirit remained unbroken. He stayed connected to WWE, writing columns for the company's website and making occasional appearances, inspiring fans and wrestlers alike with his resilience and positivity. Droz passed away on June 30th, 2023, at the age of 54. The wrestling community mourned a man remembered not just for his athletic talent or potential, but for the courage, humour, and hope he carried through every challenge. His legacy endures as a testament to strength, perseverance, and the human spirit. Nicole Bass, born on August 10, 1964, was an American professional wrestler whose presence in the ring was impossible to ignore. Towering in stature and gifted with remarkable strength, she became one of the most memorable female athletes in professional wrestling during the 1990s. But Nicole's story began long before she stepped into the squared circle. Before wrestling, Bass carved out a successful career as a model. Her striking looks, commanding presence, and charisma made her stand out, catching the attention of both fans and industry insiders. Yet, it was her passion for athleticism that ultimately led her to professional wrestling, a world where she could combine physical power with performance and show the world just how formidable she truly was. Nicole made her wrestling debut in the mid-1990s, appearing in a variety of promotions, including the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, and Extreme Championship Wrestling, ECW. From the start, she captivated audiences not just with her size and strength, but with her determination and commitment to the craft. In the ring, she wasn't just a competitor, she was a force of nature. Her matches often showcased her raw power, but also her ability to engage and entertain fans, proving that women could compete in high-profile bouts, with the same intensity as their male counterparts. Off-screen, Nicole Bass was equally impressive. She was passionate about health and fitness, advocating for strength training and a disciplined lifestyle. Many looked up to her not only as an athlete, but as someone who embodied dedication and perseverance. Her influence extended beyond wrestling, inspiring countless fans to pursue their own fitness and wellness journeys. Tragically, Nicole passed away at the age of 52, leaving a void in the wrestling world. Yet, her legacy endures, not only as a trail Antonio Inoki, born February 20th, 1943 in Yokohama, Japan, was more than just a professional wrestler. He was a pioneer, a visionary, and a symbol of perseverance in the world of combat sports. Passing away at the age of 79, Inoki left behind a legacy that stretches far beyond the wrestling ring, touching the realms of mixed martial arts, entertainment, and even politics. Inoki began his wrestling journey in 1960, stepping into the ring with a determination and charisma that quickly set him apart. Fans were drawn to his unique style, which blended traditional wrestling with innovative techniques that were ahead of their time. He wasn't just performing, he was constantly pushing the boundaries of what professional wrestling could be. His matches often carried an intensity that made audiences question where the line between showmanship and real combat truly lay, captivating generations of fans and elevating the sport's profile in Japan. In 1972, Inoki's vision took shape when he founded New Japan Pro Wrestling, NJPW, a promotion that would become one of the most influential wrestling organizations in the world. Through NJPW, Inoki nurtured young talent, instilling in them the same discipline, creativity, and passion that defined his own career. Perhaps one of his most famous moments came in 1976 when he faced boxing legend Muhammad Ali. This historic match is widely regarded as a groundbreaking moment in the history of mixed martial arts. It wasn't just a clash of two champions. It was a cultural moment that introduced professional wrestling to a wider global audience and blurred the lines between wrestling and other combat sports. Inoki's impact wasn't confined to the ring. He also served as a member of the Japanese House of Councillors, demonstrating a commitment to his country and the communities he cared about. Antonio Inoki's life was one of ambition, courage, and relentless innovation. Whether as a wrestler, a promoter, or a politician, he carried himself with a sense of purpose and an unwavering dedication to his craft. Today, his influence continues to inspire wrestlers, fighters, and fans around the world, leaving an enduring legacy that reminds us of the power of vision, perseverance, and the spirit of competition. Rick Rude, born Richard Morgan Flair on December 7, 1958, remains one of professional wrestling's most unforgettable figures. Known for his chiseled physique, charismatic presence, and unmistakable moustache, Rude carved out a legacy as one of the sport's most captivating villains. Whether in the WWF, WCW, or briefly in ECW, he had a unique ability to draw attention, provoke audiences, and elevate every match he stepped into. His combination of athleticism, in-ring skill, and larger-than-life personality made him a standout during wrestling's late 1980s and early 1990s era. Rude's career was marked by memorable achievements and iconic moments. He held the WWF Intercontinental Championship, showcasing his ability to headline high-profile feuds, and later captured the WCW International World Heavyweight Championship, cementing his reputation as a top-tier competitor. He engaged in unforgettable rivalries with legends like Jake the Snake Roberts, Shawn Michaels, and Ric Flair, using his signature move, the Rude Awakening, to thrill fans and terrify opponents. Beyond titles and victories, it was his presence, his confidence, and his knack for storytelling in the ring that left an indelible mark on wrestling history. Yet, behind the bravado and showmanship, Rick Rude faced real struggles. The physical toll of wrestling, long tours, constant travel, and punishing matches, left him battling injuries and wear on his body. Offstage, he dealt with personal challenges, but none was as devastating as his heart. Tragically, on April 20th, 1999, at just 40 years old, Rude passed away from heart failure while living in the Bahamas with his wife and children. His sudden death shocked the wrestling world, leaving family, friends, and fans mourning a life and career cut far too short. Despite his passing, Rick Rude's legacy lives on. Fans remember him not just for his title wins, but for the confidence, style, and villainous charm he brought to every match. He was the embodiment of a showman and a heel, someone who could make an audience cheer, jeer, and stay glued to the story he was telling. Decades later, Rude's influence endures, a reminder of the charisma, talent, and humanity behind the iconic wrestling figure known simply as Ravishing Rick Rude. Gorilla Monsoon, born Robert James Morella on June 4, 1937, in Rochester, New York, was one of professional wrestling's most unforgettable figures. Known for his imposing size, charismatic presence, and quick wit, Monsoon left a lasting mark both inside the ring and behind the microphone. Standing 6 feet 3 inches tall and weighing over 400 pounds, he was an extraordinary combination of strength and surprising agility, qualities that helped him rise quickly in the wrestling world during the 1950s and 1960s. Monsoon became a household name primarily through his work in the Worldwide Wrestling Federation, WWF, now WWE, during the 1970s and early 1980s. Fans remember him not just for his size, but for the energy he brought to every match. He engaged in memorable feuds with legendary wrestlers like Bruno Sammartino and the colourful Captain Lou Albano, and he captured championships that highlighted his talent, including the WWF World Tag Team Championship with partner Big Cat Ernie Ladd. His in-ring persona was larger than life, but those who knew him personally often spoke of a gentle, approachable man with a generous heart. When Monsoon retired from active competition, he seamlessly transitioned into a second career that would solidify his legacy: broadcasting. As a commentator, his booming voice, sharp humour, and insightful observations became an essential part of wrestling shows for years. His on-air partnership with Bobby the Brain Heenan, balancing Monsoon's everyman charm against Heenan's villainous wit, produced some of the most entertaining and memorable moments in wrestling history. Off-screen, Monsoon was respected for his mentorship, kindness, and support of younger wrestlers, helping guide the next generation with patience and encouragement. His contributions went far beyond wins and losses. He helped shape the presentation and storytelling of professional wrestling. Sadly, Monsoon passed away from heart failure, but his influence has never faded. In 2004, he was posthumously inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame, a fitting tribute to a man whose presence, both physical and personal, left an indelible impact on the wrestling world. Gorilla Monsoon remains remembered not just as a giant in the ring, but as a beloved figure whose legacy continues to inspire fans and wrestlers alike. Jonathan Solifer Fatu, better known as Jimmy Uso, was born into a family where professional wrestling was not just a career, but a legacy. Raised in San Francisco, California, Jimmy grew up alongside his twin brother, Jay Uso, under the watchful eyes of a family deeply rooted in wrestling tradition. As a member of the famed Inoki family, Jimmy was exposed to the wrestling world from an early age, learning not only the technical aspects of the sport, but also the importance of discipline, resilience, and the profound connection between wrestlers and their fans. The influence of his father, Rikishi, and other family members, who had left indelible marks on professional wrestling, instilled in him a drive to honour his heritage while carving his own path. Wrestling became more than a career for Jimmy. It was a calling. a way to carry forward the family name while entertaining millions worldwide. This unique upbringing gave Jimmy a perspective on both the exhilaration and the demands of the industry, preparing him mentally and physically for the challenges that lay ahead. Rise of the Usos, a tag team phenomenon. Jimmy Uso's career truly began to flourish when he and Jay formed the Usos, a tag team that would redefine WWE's tag team division. From their debut, the twins showcased a combination of high-flying agility, hard-hitting offense, and a chemistry that was virtually unmatched in the wrestling world. The Usos quickly became fan favorites, with audiences drawn to their charisma, synchronization, and the seamless way they complemented each other in the ring. Over the years, their in-ring style evolved, blending traditional Samoan wrestling techniques with modern, fast-paced maneuvers, making them not just performers, but artists in motion. The success of the Usos was not only a testament to their talent, but also to their resilience. Wrestling at the highest level is physically demanding, and maintaining peak performance over a decade requires exceptional dedication. Jimmy, alongside Jay, faced grueling schedules, constant travel, and the physical toll of weekly matches, all while maintaining an image that fans could admire and respect. Their partnership extended beyond the ring, rooted in the bond of brotherhood, which allowed them to push each other to new heights while overcoming the inevitable setbacks that come with professional wrestling. Early career injuries. Learning to fight through pain. Even in the early stages of his career, Jimmy Uso encountered injuries that tested his commitment to wrestling. In a sport where the line between performance and physical punishment is thin, Jimmy learned the importance of perseverance. Minor injuries, including shoulder strains and occasional hand or wrist issues, served as early lessons in rehabilitation and adaptation. These experiences taught him to listen to his body while finding ways to continue performing at an elite level, often requiring modifications to his in-ring style to protect vulnerable areas. What set Jimmy apart was not just his ability to recover, but his mindset. He viewed injuries as temporary hurdles, challenges to be overcome rather than permanent setbacks. Fans began to notice his resilience as he consistently returned to the ring, often performing at a level equal to or higher than before his injuries. This early period laid the foundation for the greater challenges that would come later in his career, shaping him into a performer whose determination and passion for wrestling became as notable as his athletic ability. Shoulder and rib injuries. Persistence through pain. In 2015, Jimmy faced a significant shoulder injury that required months of rehabilitation and careful management to prevent long-term damage. Shoulder injuries, particularly in wrestling, can severely limit a performer's ability to execute signature moves, affecting both safety and performance. Jimmy approached his recovery with a combination of medical treatment, physical therapy, and disciplined training, determined not to let the injury derail his momentum. Following this, in early 2016, he sustained rib injuries during a particularly grueling match. Though less severe than his shoulder injury, the rib damage posed its own challenges, limiting mobility and increasing discomfort during high-impact maneuvers. Despite the pain, Jimmy demonstrated remarkable perseverance, continuing to perform while adjusting his style to protect his body. These injuries underscored the physical sacrifices required to maintain a top-tier wrestling career and highlighted Jimmy's dedication not only to his craft, but also to the fans who supported him unwaveringly. His ability to navigate these challenges without compromising his performance further cemented his reputation as a resilient and professional athlete. Concussion scare. Prioritizing health in wrestling. In 2019, Jimmy experienced a concussion scare during a live WWE event, reminding both fans and performers of the inherent risks of professional wrestling. Concussions are serious injuries that require careful management due to their potential long-term effects on neurological health. WWE's strict protocols ensured that Jimmy was promptly evaluated and medically cleared before returning to competition, reflecting the company's commitment to safeguarding the health of its superstars. This incident was a turning point, highlighting the balance wrestlers must maintain between performing at a high level and prioritizing their well-being. Jimmy's response, resting, adhering to medical guidance, and returning to the ring only when fully ready, demonstrated maturity and responsibility, qualities that resonate with fans who respect not only his athleticism, but also his approach to health management. The concussion scare, while unsettling, became a moment that reinforced Jimmy's resilience and awareness of the long-term demands of his profession. Knee injury and ACL surgery, a career-defining challenge. One of the most pivotal moments in Jimmy Uso's career came in early 2020 during WrestleMania 36, where he competed in a high-risk ladder match for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. The match, emblematic of the Usos' daring style, unfortunately resulted in a devastating knee injury for Jimmy, later diagnosed as a torn anterior cruciate ligament, ACL. ACL injuries are severe, often requiring surgery and months of rehabilitation, and in the physically demanding world of professional wrestling, recovery is even more challenging. Jimmy underwent surgery in May 2020, beginning a rigorous and carefully monitored rehabilitation process. The recovery was not quick. ACL injuries typically require 6 to 9 months, but due to the specific demands of wrestling, Jimmy's path to returning to the ring extended close to a year. Fans anxiously awaited updates, and discussions about his comeback became a focal point in wrestling media. Despite the uncertainty, Jimmy approached his recovery with patience, determination, and a commitment to regaining full functionality. In May 2021, he made his triumphant return, joining Roman Reigns in the Bloodline, signaling not only a physical comeback, but a testament to his enduring spirit and dedication to his craft. Hand and wrist injuries, adapting to challenges. Throughout his career, Jimmy has also experienced multiple minor hand and wrist injuries. While these may not have made headlines like his ACL tear, they still pose challenges, affecting grip strength and the execution of certain high-impact moves. Wrestling requires the precise coordination of every muscle and joint, and even minor injuries can influence performance. Jimmy adapted by modifying techniques, protecting vulnerable areas, while continuing to deliver the high-energy, compelling performances fans expect. This ability to adjust without compromising the quality of his work illustrates his strategic approach to injury management, blending medical advice with practical in-ring adaptation. His consistent performances despite these injuries highlight a professional who not only confronts physical limitations, but also continuously refines his approach to maintain excellence, overcoming rumors and misconceptions. With high-profile athletes like Jimmy Uso, rumors and speculation often accompany their careers, particularly regarding health and fitness. After his ACL injury in 2020, some reports questioned whether Jimmy could return to the ring, speculating about the possibility of career-ending consequences. However, these claims were proven false when he made a full recovery, returning stronger and more focused than before. Similarly, the concussion scare in 2019 prompted unfounded reports suggesting long-term neurological issues. WWE's strict concussion protocols and Jimmy's careful adherence to medical guidance dispelled these concerns, demonstrating his resilience and commitment to both health and performance. Other speculative claims about chronic health problems have surfaced over the years, yet there is no credible evidence to support such assertions. Jimmy's consistent returns from injury, coupled with high-level performances, prove that he remains fully capable of competing at the highest level. These experiences underscore the importance of separating fact from fiction and highlight Jimmy's professionalism in managing both public perception and personal health. Financial stability and professional responsibility. While discussions of injuries often dominate narratives about wrestlers, maintaining financial stability amid career interruptions is another critical aspect of a professional athlete's life. Like many performers, Jimmy has faced periods where injuries limited his ability to compete, potentially impacting earnings. However, through prudent management, contractual security within WWE, and his standing as a mainstay of the Bloodline and Tag Team division, Jimmy has sustained financial stability. His career longevity, coupled with opportunities for merchandise, appearances, and high-profile matches, has ensured that setbacks in the ring do not translate to personal financial crises. This balance between health, performance, and financial planning reflects a level of professionalism and foresight that complements his in-ring achievements, allowing him to focus on recovery without added external pressures. The Bloodline era. Legacy and leadership. Jimmy Uso's return from injuries coincided with one of the most defining eras of his career, the Bloodline. Aligning with Roman Reigns, the faction has become a dominant force in WWE, with Jimmy playing a crucial role in its success. Beyond his athletic contributions, Jimmy's experience and resilience have positioned him as a leader and mentor within the group, guiding younger talent and setting an example through work ethic and professionalism. His ability to perform at a high level after significant injuries adds credibility to his leadership, inspiring both teammates and fans. The Bloodline era demonstrates that Jimmy's impact extends beyond individual matches. It encompasses storytelling, character development, and the preservation of family legacy within WWE, cementing his place not only as a performer, but also as a cultural figure within wrestling. Current health status and ongoing commitment today, Jimmy Uso stands as a model of resilience, having navigated multiple injuries, demanding schedules, and the pressures of public scrutiny. His ACL recovery, shoulder and rib rehabilitations, concussion management, and minor hand and wrist adaptations showcase a career defined by careful attention to health and performance. Despite the physical toll, Jimmy continues to deliver dynamic matches, demonstrating that his dedication to wrestling remains unwavering. His approach balances intensity with caution, ensuring longevity while still entertaining audiences worldwide. Fans and colleagues alike recognize that Jimmy's current status is not merely the absence of injury, but the presence of a disciplined, mindful, and passionate athlete who has learned to navigate the challenges of professional wrestling with intelligence and heart. The future of Jimmy Uso in WWE. Looking ahead, it is reasonable to expect that Jimmy will continue to face the natural physical challenges inherent in wrestling. However, his track record suggests he will meet these challenges head-on, armed with experience, preparation, and a mindset forged through adversity. Whether continuing with the Usos, exploring solo ventures, or maintaining a central role within the Bloodline, Jimmy's contributions are poised to remain significant. His story is not only one of athletic achievement, but also of perseverance, strategic recovery, and the embodiment of resilience. Fans can anticipate more unforgettable matches, innovative performances, and moments that capture the essence of what makes WWE compelling, all driven by Jimmy's commitment to the sport. Conclusion: a legacy of resilience. Jimmy Uso's career reflects the duality of professional wrestling, breathtaking highs in the ring paired with the relentless physical challenges behind the scenes. From ACL surgery and shoulder injuries to concussion scares and minor hand and wrist issues, Jimmy has encountered obstacles that could have ended many careers. Yet, through meticulous rehabilitation, adaptation, and an unwavering love for wrestling, he has consistently returned to perform at the highest level. Beyond physical challenges, he has demonstrated financial prudence, leadership, and professionalism, ensuring that setbacks do not compromise his overall career trajectory. Rumours about his health, while frequent, have been consistently disproven by his resilience and performance. Jimmy Uso remains a figure of inspiration, demonstrating that dedication, preparation, and heart can overcome the most daunting challenges. His legacy in WWE is secure, defined not only by victories and championships, but also by his courage, determination, and the enduring impact he has on fans and fellow wrestlers alike. As he continues to write his story, Jimmy Uso exemplifies what it means to be a warrior in the truest sense, blending athleticism, resilience, and humanity in a career that remains as compelling and inspiring as ever.